Hi, my name is Brenda Ness. I am the author of Secrets Revealed at the Time of the End. I am reading and teaching my book on YouTube videos. You can go to my site at estherofisrael.wix.com/secretsrevealed. When you get there, you will see my inspiration story, and there's a couple of pages here where you can order a book, you can read my bio, or you can contact me to comment about my book or tell me what country you are from if you are ordering a book from outside of the country. I will need to give you postage information for that. At the bottom of this home page, you will find information on how to order a book or watch for free on YouTube videos. You simply click on this YouTube icon at the bottom of the page where you will find all of my videos. Okay, now I am up to chapter 7 right now, and each one of the videos are numbered according to the chapter they belong to, and there is 2 introductory videos, one that describes the cover and the other one that gives the introduction. So I would recommend that you watch both of those. They give a lot of insight on the book. Now I'm also going to show you a little bit of what I could not cover in the last video. I showed you the timeline that I created, and in this page here, these are the same questions that the calculation page that I did, the 14 calculations that coincide with the timeline. These are those same calculations. I've just summarized it here so that I could show you 40 more years. Now this page here starts in 5782, and this column, if it's plus 0, yes, plus 0, that means every single calculation that I tried starting for a 7-year tribulation, starting right here in this year, 5782, that means all the calculations worked, and that is what the timeline is based upon. Now I have some more pages here where I have done this for 40 years, and I started in 5775. As you can see, here's 5782, and that's the one I emphasized and did the summary on because that's the one I did all my work on. But if you'll look down this column here, this column answers the same questions. This tells you how many days off the prophecy is, and that's why it will not work starting in 5775. This prophecy is off, this one is off, this one is off, this one is off. The only one that's on is this one that says 0, and so on. You can go through all these columns and you can see how far they're off. If they say yes, that means those prophecies work. If they say no, that means they didn't. Now I'm just going to flash up these next few pages, and if you want to examine them, just stop the video and take a closer look at each one. This is page 86. Here's page 87. Page 88. And page 89. So that's 40 years worth of calculations. Okay, here we are back to the summary page then, and you can take these summary questions and compare them to every single page of the 40 years that I showed you. And over here I just give another brief explanation in case there's something I haven't explained clearly enough already. Okay, now we are going to move on to page 91. I included some information on something called Holy Day Tetrads. Since Israel was reborn in 1948, there have been 2 Holy Day Tetrads marking significant events in Israel. There is another Holy Day Tetrad which began while I have been writing this book. It began April 2014 and will end in 2015, so I decided to include it along with a brief explanation. These signs in the sky appearing 7 years before the tribulation is supposed to begin, according to my work, could be a warning for all believers to begin to prepare themselves for it. 7 years of preparation before 7 years of tribulation. Here is page 91, Tetrads mark miraculous times for Israel. I got the eclipse information from this site here. And here's a couple of verses. Genesis 1:14, and God said, "Let there be lights in the firmament of the heaven to divide the day from the night, and let them be for signs, seasons, days, and years." Luke 21:25, and there shall be signs in the sun and in the moon and in the stars, and upon the earth distress of all nations, with perplexity, and the sea and the waves roaring. Luke 21:26, men's hearts failing for them for fear, and for looking after those things which are coming on the earth, for the powers of heaven shall be shaken. Luke 21:32, verily I say unto you, this generation shall not pass away till all be fulfilled. God is showing us this generation with 3 tetrads, holy day tetrads. Okay, let's look down here. Now this is when the eclipse happened according to the Gregorian calendar. The biblical holy day that it happened on is Passover, Sukkot, Passover, Sukkot. And it happened exactly this way 3 different times. Passover, Sukkot, Passover, Sukkot. Okay, the Gregorian date compared to the Hillel Hebrew date, and these holy days are always on the 15th of the month. 15 Nisan is Passover, 15 Tishri is the first day of Sukkot. First day of Passover, first day of Sukkot. Now, if you look on the NASA site, you'll find a lot of tetrads. The ones I'm pointing out here are the ones that happen on these holy biblical dates. Over here I have a little graph that shows you the Gregorian day compared to what it is on the Hebrew day. So on the 13th in the daytime would be the 14th on the Hebrew calendar. The evening would still be the 13th on Gregorian, and it will turn to the 15th on the Hebrew. Then the Gregorian calendar will change, and it changes like that all the way through. You can stop the video and study that if you'd like. Now, let's go back to the 3 holy day tetrads that are happening in this last generation. Close to this tetrad, Israel became a nation in 1948. Close to this tetrad, the 6-day war, which Israel got control of the Temple Mount back. Now in 2014, it is expected that something major will happen in Israel during these holy days. Now so far, what's currently happening in the news is they had a war with the Hamas in the Gaza Strip. We don't know if that's quite over with yet or not. As of today, Hamas is still sending rockets into Israel. But I think that starting this year in 2014 is actually marking the 7 days of plenty before the 7 days of tribulation. In other words, 7-year warning. Tetrad simply means that 4 consecutive lunar eclipses are total eclipses. The moon can appear red in these types of eclipses, blood moons. There have been several tetrads since 1900. What is unique about these 3 that I have listed is that all 4 total lunar eclipses are on the first day of major biblical holy feasts. Exactly. Beginning in the spring of 2014, the 4 total lunar eclipses will be the first days of each Passover, Sukkot, and then Passover and Sukkot. Both of these holy feasts are 7-day festivals commanded by God in Leviticus 23. These are not commanded just for the Jewish people. This is way before the tribes split. They didn't even have Israel yet when Leviticus 23 was written. As you can see on the chart, major events have happened in Israel on the previous 2 occurrences since 1900. I investigated all of the tetrads that have or will occur from 1600 AD to 2400 AD, and these are the results I found. No tetrads in the 17th, 18th, or 19th centuries. There were 5 in the 20th century, with only the 2 I have listed happening on holy feast days. There are to be 8 in the 21st century, with only the 1 shown happening on the holy feast days. There are 4 in the 22nd century, none on holy days, and no tetrads expected in the 23rd or 24th centuries. There are exactly 66 years and 6 months between the first holy day eclipse that I show, 15 Nisan 5709, and the last holy day eclipse, 15 Tishri 5776, on the Hebrew calendar. Could it be a preliminary warning from God, letting His believers know the time of the end is very near? Okay, I can see that I'm not going to be able to fit all of Chapter 7 and keep this recording as short as I like them. So I am going to stop and call this one 6D. So it did take a little while to get through that big chapter of 6. And may God bless you today and every day. I will record Chapter 7 next. Thank you for watching.